And here we go. Welcome to the Extra Star Wars podcast. We're covering the Book of Boba Fett in its inaugural series. Fans were very hopeful that this season would blow their minds, but has it lived up to the hype?
The We Have Spoken crew, aka Bob crew, have come together to give you our best and worst takes of every episode.
Sit back, listen, or watch our banter as we give you all the insights into the galaxy that takes us far, far away.
This Extra Star Wars podcast starts in 3, 2, 1, engage. Welcome, everybody, to the Extra Star Wars podcast featuring me, them, and you. Welcome on out, everybody. I'm Sean from Extra Techie of all the extra stuff. We've got Mike. Shit. And Damien.
Let's get down to business.
And we're excited to bring to you a wonderful show full of satire, sass, and sexiness. Welcome, everybody out in the chat. Special shout-outs to Scarif Scuttlebutt Podcast, Luna Girl, and our good friend Gary, who have joined us pretty early in the live show. So welcome on out. We'll try to engage with you as much as we can. So today is February 10th, February 10th, 2022, and we've got the finale. We have all 7 episodes in. There's no reason to delay because we're about to scrap this. We're going to turn into Jawas right now. We're going to scavenge the episode, and we're going to do our best to give you the best detail that we can. And we'd like to bring this content to you a day after the premiere of the episode, so it's fresh in your minds. So as we get started, as always, we're going to begin with our
overall impressions.
All right, we saw that graphic from last week. Don't worry, we have a complete show this week. Okay?
I'm so excited.
It gets even better before we get to our overall impressions. Dame, how are you?
I am doing great. Happy Harden Day for all of our diehard Philadelphia 76ers fans out there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Sixers.
And happy Ben Bye Bye Ben Day as well.
Right.
So enjoy that in Brooklyn.
Yes, indeed. Mr. Mike, how are you, buddy?
I cannot complain at all.
That's you know what?
Yet.
Yes, and let me get started here now, friends, because I wrote out my overall impression because I want to read it word for word. Are you ready? Here it is. This episode was poorly paced and executed finale with fragmented goodness, kind of like eating Skittles, but getting M&Ms.
Okay. I agree.
That's my
Went
overall
back to the
impression.
well on that one.
That's right. I had to because it felt exactly the same. Mike.
My overall impression of this video was it felt like Rodriguez and Favreau were just in a room with a dartboard and just let's add this, let's add that, let's add this, let's add that. And some of it worked and some of it didn't.
Nothing got cut in this episode. I agree.
Nothing at all got cut.
Dames, in like 12 seconds or less, what's your overall impression?
So much like Jordan Belfort's yacht in Wolf of Wall Street, very choppy. Very choppy.
Indeed.
Like a hibachi chef. Very choppy.
And it was the episode was not on a roll at all. And we're going to get into it. I have lots of bullets when it comes down to the recap, so it's going to be a lengthy one. Let's do it.
Episode recap.
So, my friends, as we get through the episode recap, I'm going to do a call to action to our chat right now. If you can rate the episode out of 5, go ahead, throw that into chat, 1 through 5. Let us know what you think as we go on to it. Now, if you caught our Instagram live last night, 2 nights ago, sorry, losing my days, one of the questions I think I asked the boys here is, do you think that this episode will go over an hour in length? And you were both wrong, you scad pipes, you gonk droids, you womp rats. It was 61 minutes long.
Are we counting all the credits?
Yes.
No, we're not.
Yeah,
I'm not
counting.
I'm not counting like the
Recap too.
Taiwanese.
You get that like minute and a half recap at the beginning.
Yeah, no, it was like 57.
Count it. 61 minutes long. We've never seen. Is this the first Disney Plus Star Wars where it actually went past the 60 mark in total? I think it is. I don't think there was a Mando episode that went past 60.
Probably close, but yeah, I don't.
So this
it would be fresh in my mind if there was one.
Yeah. So to Mike's point, everything made it. Nothing got cut from the book.
Nothing.
All right, let's hear about it. The recap covered episodes 1 through 5 of the Boba Fett timeline in 1 minute and 15 seconds.
Can I request that you do this recap in the key of "We Didn't Start the Fire"?
Oh my gosh. Opens on Espa, Fett, and the gang. Okay, I can't do it. I should have did that. You should have told me that, and I would have tried my best to put it into "We Didn't Start the Fire." So yeah, we open up on Espa. Beautiful shot. Fett and the gang are in Fwip's casino. We thought she was alive. Nobody's alive. Everybody's dead. Max Rebo, where are you? We're not sure. Mando assures Freetown will be involved. Boba makes no decisions and lets his posse get their way, minus the spice angle, which I thought was interesting. I want to talk about that later. We cut to Cad Bane in Mos Eisley. The mayor is present, and he's really concerned for the city. The Pikes relay that the Tuskens were destroyed by them. I thought that was a nice little addition. And they set up the Nikto gang. Bane has an idea of how to get Fett out. Title screen. In the name of honor. I know at this point on my TikTok reactions, I was like, I don't like this episode right away. And then bang, we go right into an X-Wing incoming. And I'm like, never mind, hold there. Let's see where this son of a bitch goes. Peli is super nervous, which I thought was really fun just because she definitely thought it was the cops. The cops are here. Grogu pops his head up. And I know, Mike, you were super excited to hear.
Badoo.
There's a little bit of dialogue, and we go back to Espa. And now Fennec decides to tell us what is happening as if Boba and Mando is hearing it for the very first time. Like Fennec was mansplaining to Mando and Boba what the plan was because no one was paying attention at the board meeting. Piggies, Santo, and the mods have their areas. Fennec gets chumped as Cad Bane arrives on scene because no one's going to be able to come on us without us knowing. They talk of the armor again. Can we drop it, please? Bane uses the Tusken Massacre to entice Fett. I thought that was a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him. Fennec diffuses the situation. The town turns against Boba. Makes sense. The piggies are off. Sad. They've turned into bacon. The Major Domo shines and tells Fennec where the leaders are almost immediately. Santo is down. The mods are saved by Shand. Pikes show up to the sanctuary. Boba and Mando, they powwow. Bobo calls Creed bantha fodder. Thought that was fun. This is the way. Major Domo scene. Boba writes his terms. Mando and Boba jetpacks. Sheer numbers outweigh the Mandalorians. Freetown arrives. The Mod Squad arrives. Santo arrives. The Scorpion droids arrive. Ray shields hold off blasts. The group scatters. Even the Darksaber is no match. Boba pieces out. Mando plays decoy. Santo discovers shields can be breached. On my second watch, I saw that. I didn't see it on the first watch. The dumbest spin ever happens in this show. Peli shows up. The group takes cover. Drash gets to higher ground. Awesome moment with Grogu and Mando. Crash. Mando saves Grogu. Peli loses a tooth. Random folks still not hiding. As Cad Bane says, like, the Rancor is showing up. Mando gets an opening. Grogu has his moment. The Rancor finishes off the first droid. We're back to the groups. They're still pinned down. The Pikes are getting picked off. The Rancor's back. He plays pinball. The droid fights back. The Rancor finishes it off. The group surges forward. The Rancor is dominating. Cad Bane shows up and fires him. That's the answer to Rancors, apparently. All you need is a flamethrower. Boba and Cad have their shootout, level 2. Again with the armor talk. Cad gets him, but Boba gaffies him. The Pikes retreat. Rancor has a speeder. The groups are shooting at him. Now it's King Kong. I don't know what happened. Mando goes to ride the Rancor and is immediately thrown. I was happy to see that. Mando down. Rancor goes after him. There's another Grogu moment. The Rancor goes to sleepy times. Grogu takes a nappy wappy. We now cut to Mos Eisley. The Pikes are leaving. The leaders are mad. Fennec Shand brutally destroys everybody. And we cut to the epilogue where there's back to normal, like nothing happened. There's cleanup. Boba and Fennec walk the streets. There's weird bows. Santo's alive. The Mod Squad banter. Mando and Grogu pieces out. And in our end credit scene, back to Tank Cobb Vanth, leader of the Mods.
We didn't write the story, but if we did, it probably would make sense.
We didn't write the story. There was 69 bullet points this time.
It was always modded since the Vespa started.
Reading that back really irritates me.
It's just so...
There's
so much.
It's like you hit the randomizer on the whole story, and then they were like, "That works," and it was.
It's like
it wasn't terrible overall. Like there was things I liked, but just the flow was just out there, completely out there.
It was
in a galaxy
Mad
far away.
Libs. It was Mad Libs. That's what this episode was.
Oh my god! I'm
Scad, insert action verb, spins, and then insert action verb, shoots.
I thought it was Star Wars, not Spy Kids.
We got some ratings. So some people in the chat rating it very high, 4 out of 5. Scarif, he actually used emojis. Wow, good for you. 3.5 Twi'lek strippers. All right, fair.
I'll take 3.5 Twi'lek.
Sobriquet.
My enchanting sobriquet. Oh, vocab.
All right.
Sorry.
All right. Call to action, my friends. We are about to transition into our top 3.
It's our top 3s.
Okay. Clearly, as you can tell, I use the same exact graphics for multiple things. But I did make an X-Wing go across the sky, and I thought that was damn fun.
Yes.
So that's good.
Pretty
All right,
sweet.
friends, top 3. It doesn't have to be just 3, because we're going to allow a little bit of wiggle room for the finale. So if you go a little bit above 3, that is okay, because I know I have a bunch of stuff out there. So I started last time. Let's start with Damien this time. Damien, give me one of your top moments of the episode.
Yes. So one of my tops was R2 DoorDash just dropping off Grogu at Pele's place. And Pele and Grogu, like, it was like going to see your grandmom. She's like, "What are you wearing? Look at that shirt. You got to eat. Let's go get you some food." And it was just that whole exchange. And that's just her interacting with a puppet, which just, like, when you peel back the layers and you think about that, that was just a really fun scene. Her going back and forth with R2, Grogu. Really enjoyed that. So that was definitely one of my tops for the episode.
Let me highlight that. First off, I love the practical effects of the X-Wing.
Yep.
Right, that was built. That seemed to be very realistic. I really appreciated that. And just to piggyback on the exchange between Pele, one of my favorite moments from the episode, I clipped, and YouTube, be kind to me.
Grogu? Whoa, that's a terrible name. Sorry about that, pal. Why am I calling you that?
Said every person during Mandalorian season 1, so I loved.
Oh, they just straight up trolled everyone. It was great.
I love that scene so much. And in fact, just to harp on the X-Wing, the practical effects in this episode were incredible.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible. No issues whatsoever. The Trandoshans look weird, but that's fine. Everything looked great. Nothing really was out of place. So I do want to throw some love there. I appreciated the practical effects. Mikey.
Top 3 or continue on what we were talking about?
If you can continue, or you may transition to another one, whatever you want to do.
With that, I love that my boy BD got just a quick nod there too.
Yeah, BD, buddy.
BD, oh, I love me some BD.
Yeah, Big D. Well, never mind.
What? Nothing.
BDN?
Who doesn't love BDN?
No.
Bringing all the Philly sports references out
That's
here
right.
tonight.
Speaking of the practicality and how great everything looked, just from one episode to the next, Cad Bane looked so much better this episode too. Like eons difference from like Luke in the season finale of Mando to last episode. Like that's how much better Cad Bane looked in this episode.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
When he showed up last episode, he looked too cartoonish. I said last week. He looked great this week.
Yeah, he has a little bit of a strange gait to him, but I think that's the restrictions of the costume. You know, I don't think the guy can see anything out of the costume. He's walking very carefully, as they would say.
Yes, he is.
Oh my god.
But if I'm going into one of my top 3, I'm just going with the Grogu Mando reunion and Grogu. Grogu force jumping into Mando's arm was melted my cold dead heart. And then I still love the narrative of Mando trying to keep Grogu safe.
Yeah.
Where Grogu is clearly more powerful than him.
Yes.
And he's like, you stay here and be safe, as he's, getting his head eaten by a rancor. And then like, I'll put you to sleep. You sleep now.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that particular scene, Mr. Mike, because it did make my clips.
Look who's here!
What? Hey, what are you doing here? Oh, okay, little guy. I'm happy to see you too.
Yes, that was so good.
Yes.
The music, the Grogu Mando music is just so beautiful. I love it every single time. They are literally getting shot at, and they made a tender moment. You know what? In the middle of the shootout, John, I think I would like a tender moment. I'm going to throw that dart at the board right now.
But then let's acknowledge the tender moment and that we're also in a gunfight.
Yes, yes, indeed. Indeed. And I actually did enjoy the very next scene is, they flip and he jetpacks and catches him Super Bowl style and gets him. Pele stands no chance. And first, I think Grogu would have been fine. He could have absorbed the force, but it's okay. No. Actually, it would have been cool if Grogu reached his hand out and cushioned Pele's fall. John Favreau, are you listening?
John,
pay attention.
John.
Come on, man, you had a
Where
chance
was that
there.
dart?
And then now she lost a tooth. Now it's weird. It's weird. Call the mod boss. We're gonna need a tooth. All right. Yes, that was a beautiful scene. I got to shout out. Are you ready? You know who I'm going to shout out? My favorite character of the series. Who is it?
Major Domo.
Is the Major Mother effing Domo a secret superstar? I didn't even get any of his scenes, but he's a secret superstar of this show. May I just please interject? How much do you want to sell him for? You know what? You're good. You're right. I shouldn't even have said anything, right? Like, he's like the perfect character to talk for you. I'm a civic negotiator. Now, Coruscant, listen, I'm not saying that I'm smarter than you. It's the perfect.
Obadiah.
Very,
Get to
very
it,
Andy
head tails.
Bernard. I went
Get
to
to it.
Cornell vibes
Oh
from
my
the Coruscant line. Like, because he just wants everybody to know where he was educated.
Yes.
So good.
You know who he reminds me of? The SNL skit with Will Ferrell and Rachel Dratch. Oh, Barbara Hernandez.
Oh, the
hot
tub lover?
tub. Yes, in the hot tub.
He was so good, and I loved him reading the tablet. Like, he thought they were on the same page, and they couldn't be farther away. And I actually
read that one.
didn't like the scene because I thought Boba was literally giving up, and I was like, what? Because it would have been so on brand for him to just conform to that. And he's tricked me, which I was happy with. And him going, well, what do you want? Tell me what you want, and I'll see if it's the same. Is it the same? Oh my god. Oh my god. The head tails, my man. He's a good guy. Dames, back to you.
Yes. One of my other highlights from this episode was just the initial fight scene with Boba and Mando, just like quadruple tapping the one pike from the roof all the way to the ground. The jetpacks, the back and forth, like using his knee weapons, like
high knees.
That was
high
Boba,
knees.
high knees.
Big
that
time.
was like for me what I was expecting him to do the entire season. And it was kind of, they waited and waited and waited. And, it was cool. We saw a lot of jetpack action in this episode. But that initial fight scene with the two of them, just like going out there and doing business was awesome.
I agree. And just to piggyback, their little powwow when they're bunkered in, the Creed talk. You believe in that bantha fodder. I see Mike shaking his head, so he's definitely gonna follow up on this. But I think Boba was like, "You can go, man. Like, you don't have to stay." And Mando's like, "Listen, I just got thrown out of my group. I gotta atone. I'm gonna do this with you. We got this together, in the name of honor.
We'll both die in the name of honor. You sure you want to stay? This is the way."
Yes, Mike, your thoughts?
That was my number one.
Yes.
That entire scene from their conversation in the casino all the way up to them getting lit up Battle of the Bastards style. I got a little anxious there when they're just getting like lit up, and then the citizens of Freetown,
the 5 mile per hour citizens of Freetown.
Oh yeah, the
speeder.
I love when they just came out with the rising phoenix.
They'll never see us coming. It's because you're going so slow that you look like you're not moving.
It's like Drax, moving so slow that they can't be detected.
Yes, exactly. Yes, beautiful, beautiful scene. Dames, any follow up on that, or let's see, you have any more?
The one thing, so I watched with subtitles this time for the first time. And it is a total game changer, especially when it comes to my noticements of vernacular in this episode.
Yeah.
But it was Boba, I believe, that was like, it's the people of Freetown. And I'm like, how does he know who they are? It's just a random cruiser coming down.
Mando already told him that.
Right, but like, how did he know who they were?
I guess you just
I guess it's just one of those things. Like,
make the assumption.
Kind of quirky, and I could be wrong. Mando might.
We're just passing through.
I mean, it was just kind of that scene. It was very drawn out, but I did appreciate it. I liked it a lot.
Indeed. I'll highlight just one more, and it really caught me by surprise. It was the Fennec Shan scene at the end, where she just cut the head off of the Cerebus, just like that. But then on second watch, when I realized the timing of it all, it took her forever to get to Mos Eisley. Forever. But she did stop off to save the mods and did an unnecessary flip down to the ground
with terrible CGI.
Then immediately what they did with the speeder is they set the scale to 100, and then they set the scale to 60, and then said go. And then it really didn't do anything, and they added a smoke effect, which was fine. But I know it's just like, well, the speeder didn't really look great, but the scene. She kills them all, hangs the mayor. That was brutal. Brutal. Not only that, had to suffocate not only one heart, probably 2 hearts, and 5 stomachs, and 3 lips. I don't even know what they're made of. And then just stabs the guy. Stabs the Pike leader.
The closed caption for that one just said bones crunching. You just hear the and that was it.
Oh my
I was like,
god.
oh man, like
So
this
brutal.
guy, he got dragged. That was Kill Bill style right there. That was brutal.
So
That's my girl.
brutal.
That's my girl.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Mike, any more tops?
My Grogu Mando. I had the whole Boba Mando fight scene and just Fennec. Fennec. She like I'll get into it when we get into lowlights.
Fair.
But
Okay.
like she is the one calling the shots.
Yeah.
She talks Boba out of the first duel with Cad. She's the one literally making the plans while like Boba and Mando are off like getting drunk on the golf course and like, oh, what are we doing? She saves the mod squad. She takes out every crime leader on Tatooine and all the Moses.
Yeah.
Where's her spinoff? I want the Follies of Fennec.
Fennec's followers.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I don't know. It's interesting. We'll get to it. I do want to highlight just one more thing, and then if Damien has anything to follow up with, you can. I really like the dialogue between Cad Bane and Boba Fett. I thought their dialogue was really dynamic. I was hanging on to each of their words. I was trying to pick up on whether or not they would have addressed like past instances or anything like that. And they did, I would say. I would say that as a casual Star Wars fan, I probably am picking up on they've had a past relationship in some way, shape, or form. That's probably accurate. If I'm a new fan, I'm probably picking up on that. But one line that absolutely trolled the fanboys. Are you ready? Here we go.
You're going soft in your old age.
We all do.
Remember, we all go soft in our old age, especially the leader of the Red 5 network. What do you think about that line?
Very good. I agree. I want to piggyback off what you said, Sean. I thought the dialogue was good, and for people who haven't watched Clone Wars, it was kind of like now I'm curious how these guys know each other and what their history is, and might get people to tune into that, and who knows, maybe they'll keep fleshing out stories from that somehow. But that was pretty good. I really enjoyed the dialogue between them. Very like Western, drawn out. They just talk. They take jabs at each other. It was awesome.
For sure. Mike?
I just love anything Westerny.
Yeah.
Just give me Cad Bane talking through his teeth to Cobb, to Boba, to Mando, to everybody. Just saying everything.
All right.
Put him on the comm app.
It's going to be more than your 2 stomachs could bear. Like, just give me all of that.
Luna Girl gives us her top 3. Number 3, Pelly seeing the chainmail. It's so shiny. Number 2, Boba rode that bleepity bleep Rancor. And number 1, Grogu wanting to go fast. I want to go fast.
Good top
Thank
3.
you.
I love. Yeah. Oh, look how fancy you are. I love that.
It's so fancy, Luna. So fancy. Well, let's get to the bulk of the episode, which will probably be our list of grievances. And welcome to the new graphics. I hope you enjoy it.
Next up, our list of grievances.
General Kenobi.
Yes.
Oh, that is awesome.
It's time to slice and dice the episode like General Grievous himself. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got about more than 10 things that I would like to complain about.
Good Lord.
Mike has a laundry
It's
list.
the middle.
Jericho.
Honey to-do list of the things that I would like to complain about. And let me preface this, Star Wars friends out there, is we don't shit on episodes just to shit on them. Okay, just to let you know. All right, we don't create conflict for views. Right, our opinions are our own. But with that being said, do we need all the unnecessary flips and spins in this episode?
Look, they're breakdance fighting.
All right, so Santo gets shot 42 times.
How is he alive?
Hold on, because of Call of Duty rules, you heal after a few seconds.
And are allowed to run 4-4-40.
Come on.
His foot is falling off. He's absolutely fine in just a few seconds. Then, what's his name? Dak. Skag spins. Fennec flips. And we have just, I went like this the first time. I went, what? What? Unless he was trying to shoot with his good eye. Then maybe I'll believe it. I don't know. I just, like, you were in position.
Right there. Yeah, he just left them hanging. It's like, what if he just toppled over because he was, trying to lean on you and lean some of that body weight on you because, his ankle's freaking broken.
Right. Right. And also, he's like 800 pounds.
Yes. Like, they're like, come on, we got you. I'm like, do you? And then, like, all of a sudden, he's like, never mind, I'm good.
Yeah. Bang!
Boom.
Scat is 140 pounds soaking wet. Like, there's no way he's lifting BK.
Oh my god. Okay. All right. So yeah, that's my first couple is like Santo, Call of Duty, unnecessary flips and spins. Dame, I'll throw it to you.
The Scorpionac droids?
Fair.
Was that the correct name?
I think that's pretty, I think you're right on it. Scorpionac.
I almost went Scorpionac Transformers.
Of course, Pele knows. Pele absolutely knows what they are.
She knows everything about everything. Like, she needs, like, some kind of weird spin-off with Major Domo, like, WandaVision style. Yeah, I mean, that just, like, I get how imposing they were, and that was cool, but they just kept shooting at them. And it was just, like, insanity. Like, the definition of that is just doing things over and over again, expecting a different result. And then they're like, oh, we'll just run here, and then we'll just shoot them. Oh, it's still not working. All right, well, let's take out the pikes, but you still can't get rid of them. So it was just, like, kind of weird. And I guess, like, they were trying to buy time, but they didn't know that, Boba just shot off somewhere. Mando knew that.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of strange. Like, I don't know. It just seemed so long and drawn out, and they just focused on that so much that it kind of got annoying. The BK thing you noticed was cool, where he like could actually kind of penetrate it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was preceded or followed by that scene with the Spy Kids. But yeah, that was just a little too drawn out for me. And it was just like, okay, we get it. Like, you can't do anything that can penetrate that force field. Yeah,
and it was just like uneven. We kept going back and forth. Two different things were happening at the same time, and we're appreciating, I guess, both things that are happening. But I think when is it in Revenge of the Sith where Obi-Wan and Anakin get caught in the ray shield, and they're like, "We're smarter than this. Why did we get caught in the ray shield?" Ray shields literally protect against energy. It's as if no one has seen this before.
Right.
What are you doing? Like, figure something out or hide or come up with a strategy. The Ewoks had a better strategy against big machines.
No, let's just shoot at it.
They didn't have any trees, to be fair, for the mod squad and everybody else.
All right.
There's no, I don't know. But yeah.
Oh my god.
It was goofy. It's Star Wars. Like, we're talking about fictional stuff, so like
it's fictional stuff. Exactly.
I'm angry. But
now, Chad, if you have a cringe moment, please send it in the chat to be featured. Mike, throw it to you.
This one's going to be long. And it's.
I'm going to mute and just let you go ahead here.
This is going. This takes up pretty much 3/4 of my lowlights, grievances on my page. My biggest grievous with this episode, and this might just be me writing this episode in my own head and what I wanted to see happen, but there were so many missed opportunities that would have made this show a lot better. This episode a lot better.
Okay.
Number one, no redemption for the Tuskens at all.
Pissed.
So angry about that. They... Like, I don't know why they didn't bring in the tribe from when they killed the crate dragon. with Cobb Vanth, I've said it. It was one of my predictions. I thought that tribe was going to come into play somehow to get, unite tribes of Tatooine. Tuskens.
Like,
Exactly.
That's all we needed, man.
That's all I needed.
Can we make that sound the drop? Oh, that's amazing.
Train.
Kill.
Nobody wrote in like a bantha. I was expecting it.
What if they came in on speeders?
Oh, that would have been amazing.
Right?
Perfect.
He taught him.
I know.
Number 2, there was no when Fennec came out to defuse the first duel, not even a duel, the first showdown between Boba and Cad. There was no acknowledgement that Fennec and Bane knew each other from Bad Batch. Like, not even like I remember you from Omega. And then Rick! Tick! Ricka! Sorry.
I remember when I had that little girl. Something like that. That would have been cool. That would have been a cool line.
The one thing I wanted to happen this entire season, they set up for it this entire episode, and it didn't come to fruition. The Fennec heel turn.
I know.
When she talks about that orange spite, that orange.
I was ready.
Yeah, I was like, yes, it's happening. That orange stuff could make us a lot of money. She takes out all of the crime lords of Tatooine. She is the one calling the shots. It was perfect. It was perfectly laid out for a Fennec heel turn, and then we just got like, ho ho, we need to run this town.
She's also Santa Claus. The Fennec spice talk. Let me just piggyback. I'll break you up. Take a breath. I totally agree. One, I didn't like it because all of a sudden she's like, no, I really like the drugs. The profits we're making, Jabba the Hutt income. Yeah. QuickBooks is gonna be crazy if we don't do the profits of the spice. And then it would have been cool if she took out all the leaders and then instead of leaving, like, hit the doorbell, and then means she like kicks the spice open and it just ends on her face going like,
yeah,
right. That's all they needed to do.
That's all. What was that, number 3? Number 4. This is more of like an idea in my head as I rewatched it.
Mm-hmm.
They got really aggressive with the shot on the Rancor and Mando's helmet to the point where I thought the Rancor was going to rip the helmet off.
Interesting.
And it would just be Pedro Pascal's face. And that would have been an interesting arc for season 3 of Mando because now he literally does not have a helmet.
Oh.
And like him coming to reality and coming to grips of like, oh, I can't follow the creed anymore and I don't have a helmet, but this is the way still.
Yeah. Instead, he has a hat that says #1 Dad.
Which might be better.
That's super. Yeah, no, that's interesting. That's interesting. Okay.
Number 5.
Mm-hmm. Number 5.
I think they completely dropped the ball with the post-credit scene.
I totally agree.
I like if they're not going to do a season 2, why do you hark in on Cobb Vanth? What I thought should have happened was if you go to a noticement and then back. If you notice when they hovered over Cad Bane's body, it was quiet. You still heard the beeping, which leads me to believe that Cad Bane is still alive. That red light was still blinking on him, and you still hear the beeping, which leads me to believe he's alive. I thought the post-credit scene would have been him waking up instead of seeing Cobb Vanth and the mod creator in the Bacta tank, which I thought would have been a better angle because now Boba thinks he's dead. There's season 2. And my last one, my last missed opportunity. And I will pose a question to you.
Ooh.
Who is the big bad of this season? Exactly.
I can say that I wasn't scared of anybody.
Exactly. I was scared of Cad Bane.
Yes.
But he was a secondary character.
He was.
Could you tell me what the Pike's leader's name was? I don't think he had one.
No, I can't.
I don't think they missed a major opportunity to bring in Crimson Dawn and introduce Kira or any show Thrawn. Bring Thrawn into it, and now you have the Ahsoka connection with it too.
Yeah. Wow.
They missed so many golden opportunities in this episode that would have made this, even if they did one or two, I'm not saying do all of them, that would have been the perfect episode in Mike Mateo's mind, but they missed on so many golden opportunities that were right there on the tee for them, and they just blew it.
I agree with you, and when you dissect, I keep doing that to my chair. When you dissect it, oh god, I gotta bring my chair back up. When you dissect it like that, and you write your own headcanon, you are setting yourself up for super duper disappointment. And we even tempered our expectations on the Instagram Live, saying we're lower, we're not really sure what's going to happen. And then what we talked about, I got to say, I did listen back to it, and we were super hyped for everything that didn't happen for the episode, which I think is really driving this conversation. And I've been following Twitter, I've been following our Red 5 friends, and they make very good points. It's you look at it this way, you look at it that way. And again, on my second watch, I actually liked it. I liked it a lot better than the first watch because I knew what was going to happen versus having like these wild ideas of Lando coming in or some kind of connection. Like I was fully expecting this to lead into another show, and it didn't. I don't get that. I don't get it. Why even bring Mando into the fray and create this crossover universe and not like Mando is straight, Boba is your left exit. And we're going to bring it back to the end, right? Back to the end. And it didn't. We're still on 55 with no exit in sight. And I don't know where the show is. Scarif brings up a good point earlier in the chat. This was supposed to be only one season. I wonder if they'll have a second season. I don't know. I have no idea. I think Cobb not being present in this show was a waste.
Yeah.
How did he die? What? Come on, man. Like the script, it got him in the shoulder. If anything, all right, he's got a bum shoulder. No big deal. That's fine. I don't feel like he died. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. The deputy gets shot 700 times. He's dead for sure, 100%. But Cobb not being present, stupid. End credit scene, ridiculous. Where are they going with it? I don't get it. It's the uneven pacing that kills me. Another thing that killed me is that everyone had to have a moment. Every single character had to have a moment. The mods had a moment. Bane had a moment. Fennec had her moment. Santo had his moment. Mando and Grogu had several moments. Boba and Rancor, it's their show. I hope they have the moment. But everybody had to have a moment. Why?
You know who didn't have a moment?
Max Rebo.
Danny Trio.
No.
And you know who else didn't have a moment? Dengar.
Max Rebo. Dengar.
Son of a bitch. Dengar.
Maybe
Listen,
they're waiting for season 2.
did we think the Pikes were scared when Freetown sent 10 people?
No.
Freetown, I thought it was going to be a garrison. Like, what is going on? I thought it was going to be like 30. Two speeders would have been more believable than the minivan that showed up with Dad at the helm shooting the big gun that didn't last for too long.
How many people constitute a garrison?
The only garrison I know is from South Park.
Yeah.
Wait, I got you. I know. According to Google, a garrison is a group of soldiers whose task is to guard the town or building where they live. 500. 500 makes up a garrison.
I mean, Freetown was very small, so maybe they just calculated that based off of how many
they had.
I would have thought that the passing of Cobb Vanth would have motivated the women and the children and the men to fight for Mos Espa. And instead, they just sent the normal soldiers.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's not 500. It's just a bunch of people who defend it. So it could be a garrison of 3.
My final bottom. I really didn't like the Pelly Tooth thing. Did we need comedy at this time where she just gets thrown? Like, and now all I see her as is a person from, I don't want to say that, a person from West Virginia. You know, now she's got a whistling tooth. And, like, that's all I'm envisioning now. Sorry, West Virginia people. I apologize. But
she's like an NHL player. There you go.
You know who you are. I should have said NHL player. That would have been a better...
Country road, take me home.
I mean, I didn't mind it because... So Major Domo did make it out, right? He was...
I think?
As
far as I can remember.
Pretty sure.
Because I saw someone in the chat that said that he died.
That's what. I'm confused by that. I thought he lived because like him and Pele are getting married.
I think. They're definitely banging.
Yeah, and he's not as furry.
That's Pele's new mouthpiece now. She doesn't even have to talk, so she doesn't need to.
Oh my god,
she's good.
Excuse me, X-wing people. We do not need that. If she's negotiating on his behalf or on her behalf, is going to be awesome. All right. Damien, do you have any other bottoms? And Mike, do you have any other bottoms while you're thinking? Dames, what do you got?
So for me, I mean, I was just kind of disappointed that they brought in and got rid of Cad Bane so quickly. I was expecting him to stick around. I don't know in what story. Maybe now that he knows who, Mando is, he saw him. Maybe that could be like his new pursuit, chasing after Grogu, something like that would have been kind of cool. So I was a little disappointed that he got taken out so quickly. I was expecting to see him a little bit more, and I really enjoyed because every scene he was in, like I was just like glued to it. Just the way his voice, the way he talks, like all the practical effects and things like that. Like I really enjoyed it. So I was pretty bummed that they took him out. And I guess it was important for Boba's story, but like someone said in the chat, like, who knows if we're even getting more Boba unless he just shows up in Mando.
Yeah.
It's the Dark Trooper syndrome.
Ooh,
introduce something really cool and then dispatch it immediately, unceremoniously. Well, no, this one was kind of the way it was. Very
him dying makes sense if we're talking about the end game. All right.
Yeah, and with the gaffy stick, it was very poetic. I retract that, but still Dark Trooper.
Yeah, for sure. I had killing off Bane was one of mine as well, Dames. Thank you for mentioning that. I was not a fan of CGI Grogu. Napping next to the Rancor, that didn't really hit. Did we need Grogu to fall asleep once again? Probably not. Grogu puts him to sleep. That's fine. End scene.
He was tuckered out.
I know that, but like we just saw it last episode when he was doing jumpy jumps. Like,
and he was Little Spoon. How adorable was that?
that was a very heartwarming scene.
I'm not saying it wasn't cute. I'm saying it's overplayed. We know he gets tired. Like he did the whole fire thing, fell asleep. He did the Mudhorn thing, fell asleep. How many times? We know he's going to fall asleep. Now we can assume he's going to fall asleep. I don't need to see it anymore on screen, please. That could have been 59 minutes. Instead it was 61. Because we watched 2 minutes of napping. We're very confused by the whether or not the Major Domo died. We need somebody forensically looking into that right now. Some of our some cringe chats I starred. Dave says they literally explained that energy can't go through the ray shield and yada yada and still shooting it. And then Luna Girl says cringe moment. Nobody had a bad feeling about this. I agree.
Yep.
Why isn't that line being used? Like, what's going on? What are we doing? Again, another missed opportunity for sure. Gary says, I just feel like it was a bind to bring Mando and Grogu back together. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe that was the whole idea. Again, I thought they weren't going to see each other for a whole Mandalorian season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But the gang's all back. Dave doesn't know what happened with the end credit scene. He's a casual Star Wars fan. So what does that tell you?
Right.
As the whatever. And then, of course, I thought Major Domo died, and now I'm questioning myself. Well, that's why we're here. We're here to ask the big questions. We want to make sure that you're doing your
The stuff that
appropriate
keeps us up at
research.
night. We got to figure it out.
I don't think he did, because the last scene I remember seeing him was him and Pelly doing that weird, like, scream at the Rancor. And then Rancor goes to sleep. And then everybody's happy again.
Yes.
He
Agreed.
just wasn't in that final shot with Boba's like crew.
Right.
Yeah.
Right,
But
because they went back to Mos Eisley. Like,
Right.
and again, that's one of those things. Like, did R2 leave? Right? We talked about that. Did he leave? Did he stay? We don't know because they didn't show it. But they showed Grogu sleepies. You know, so like, what are we doing here? Uneven pacing. Like, what do we got to figure this out? All right. Shake it off. Shake the negative energy out. All right, it's done.
I just got 2 more little ones.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Little guys.
Almost done.
Little guys.
You got an itch. I got you.
Where do I want to start? Terrible word choice in some of the dialogue. The beginning scene where Fennec and Boba and his ragtag group of throwbacks are walking around the casino, and he just says, "We're at war." No shit. Somebody just blew up your casino.
I told you.
That for some reason, like, that started the episode. I was like, mother.
Yeah,
I
agree.
Really mad at it.
I agree.
And then this almost ruined the reunion of Grogu and Mando when Mando said, "You're wearing the shirts."
You're wearing the shirts, man.
I went to Mandalore and all I got was this T-shirt. It's armor. Come on, you're wearing the shirt. They couldn't have thought.
You could have said, "You're wearing it." I'm glad you got it.
He sounded like a proud, like, I don't know, like ex-girlfriend that you reconnect with like years down the road, and like you're wearing like the watch that they bought you or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, you're wearing that, or like your grandmom when she sends you an ugly Christmas sweater and you show up and you got it on because your parents told you to.
Right.
Although he chose it, so
yeah. No, it's a yeah.
He's a man. He's 50.
And then
I'm a man. I'm grown.
My last minor grievance is unrealistic warfare tactics.
Okay.
Let's just hide behind the smallest thing possible. And
The Pikes tried that, and it did not work out for them.
but apparently for Boba's crew it works. I'm just going to hide behind this speeder, this slower, and it'll blow up and everybody will be fine. And then we're just going to hide behind this wall with nobody advancing on us.
Hold on 1 second. Breaking news. He's alive, baby! The Major Domo's alive! Thank you for checking.
You were the one that said he was dead, though.
Yes, she said it was dead. She went back. She corrected her homework. She's getting bonus points now for going back. Thank you so much.
Well, good.
Unrealistic warfare. I mean, this was like, at some points it was Battlefield, right? The game Battlefield, where like everything is physically in play. And then it was the worst shooter game ever. How about the droids not being able to hit a moving object straight away? Like, just one. All you got to do is hit one. You're picking them off. It's seeing desperate. Bang, dead. Bang, dead. Bang, dead. Rancor. Instead, it was like, miss.
True Western style, though, it always seems to shoot at someone's feet.
Right. Like, were they chasing them off because the mayor requested it to not be bloodshed? Maybe. Like, I could co-sign to that. except it's the Pikes who are also apparently really ruthless at the same time.
Except no one knows the leader's name that was on Tatooine.
Anyways, can we shake
Apron.
off? Are we ready to shake off the negativity?
Players gonna play.
All right. We're going to shake off the negativity. Thank you for adding in your cringe moments. But you know what time it is? It's time for things that you noticed.
Time for the noticements.
That's the worst one, but it does get
That
better.
might be my favorite one.
Oh, good. I worked hard on that animation. I don't have a lot of noticements myself because there was a lot going on.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel like there was a lot of Easter eggs because it was all big action. It was all right out in front of you. There was no really secrets. But I will bring up two things. Well, one thing we already mentioned that Santo noticed. He noticed the shield weakness, which I thought was cool. And then just adding on to the shield, I liked how the droid put full shield in the front to kind of stave off the Rancor. And then that's where Mando gets his opening. So I just thought that attention to detail with just the shielding I thought was really, really neat and a good piece of tech. I will hand it off. We're gonna go backwards to Mike.
Did you notice the similarities between Boba telling the Rancor to do it and ripping the droid in half, and Palpatine telling Anakin to do it?
Do it.
With Count Dooku.
Yeah.
I
love me a do it. That's how I got kids.
Same.
Know what I'm saying?
We just went to Bye Bye Baby.
Did you really? Wait a second. Are you making it? Are you making something? Okay, never mind.
I'm making a dad joke because
Making
it's
it dad.
spelled B-U-Y, or yeah, it's spelled Bye Bye Baby.
Yeah, it is. Bye bye, baby. I'm sad that Babies R Us isn't around. That's another.
Yeah, the Toys R Us isn't around.
I know. Sad
Where am I
times.
going to
sad
get my
times.
HasLab Rancor?
Macy's.
Oh,
That's where you'll get them at Macy's.
That's true.
Dames, what did you notice?
So I know Mike had kind of brought that up, this up a little bit earlier, but I definitely got two different Game of Thrones vibes from the episode. One was Battle of the Bastards when Santo is just getting dog piled on, and it's like slow motion, hopeless. You don't know what's going to happen to him. And the second was like the Red Wedding when the mods are there, Santo's there, and just something feels off, and you don't know
I like
what it
that.
is.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, boom, like they all turn, they all start attacking them. So I got that immediately first watch. I'm like, holy crap, like hair stood up on the back of my neck. It was just really, really cool. And I don't know if that was intentional or just, how they wrote it, but it was definitely something I noticed was the Game of Thrones, at least for me, the connection to Game of Thrones with those two scenes.
I agree with you. When you sent Mike that I think you were 3 for 4 or something like that, and you were like Battle of the Bastards, check, and I'm like, what the hell was he talking about? Like,
No,
I didn't
3 for 3.
3 for 3. I didn't get anything on that. And then on second watch, after I calmed down from my hate, the climbing and the suffocating of it, I was like, oh, there it is. I see it now. And then he was magically healed, but that's okay. What was the second part? Oh yes, the coordinated attack. At first, I didn't like that because again, just wasn't that whole episode didn't vibe with me from the start on the first watch. It just didn't. And then I had the bad taste in the mouth the whole time, and then I was just like grumbly. It was 5:15 in the morning, and I was tired, and I was like, "Why am I getting up for this?" But on second watch, I was like, "Oh man!" Like, could you imagine thinking that you're safe and you're really not safe? Like, whoa! Like, yeah, this is not good, not good. Hold on, breaking news. Did you notice that Chewbacca and Black Croissant look exactly the same? Thank you, Gary.
Great.
Thank you. That was insightful.
Oh, man.
Mike, what did you notice?
I noticed when they're pinned down behind that wall with the mods and Freetown. I noticed that somehow one of the Freetown soldiers that was pinned against the wall and fighting this way got shot in the back. How? How?
I didn't notice that, mainly because probably I wasn't looking for it, but bad editing.
I watched it like right before we came on. I watched it and I was like, wait, did this dude just get shot in the back? I went back and rewatched it.
Did you rewatch it?
Yeah,
Dissected it?
Dissected it. Yep, that's a blaster from the back.
We're going to need a timestamp. Put it in the chat.
We'll have to look. I mean, he might have just like turned to sneeze.
That's a good point.
And that was it. Like he was being polite, and that you just, manners don't get you anywhere on Tatooine. So
no, he was looking through a little peephole and got shot in the back.
Oh, never mind. I thought you meant he turned around.
Like,
oh my god!
The battle droid, the pikes are over there. He's like, yeah, fire! Shot in the back.
you know, shrapnel.
Ricochet?
Shrapnel from the laser blast. You never know. You never know.
It was right.
It was crapnel.
It was right before the two ladies went up to start sniping people.
Yeah, I like how they were fighting each other. Like it was West Side Story. Like who cares? Like you're from the suburbs and I'm from the urban area. Speaking of that scene where they're being, I kind of liked the idea of them saying, "Listen, we can't go any further. We have to take our last stand here because the volume is only so big, so we have to stop." But what I liked is the pockmarks that he was getting shot. I really thought, again, the physicality of the episode and the practical effects were just so good, so believable in this episode. And before we get to Damien, Luna Girl says, the Rancor is very King Kong-like climbing of the tower. Yes,
that's
most certainly another 1 minute to 90 seconds of wasted screen time just to pay homage to King Kong. And then Backyard TARDIS, welcome on in. I want to know what the X-Wing cops were doing during this episode.
Not filing paperwork.
No.
That's for sure.
Not at all. Eating donuts.
I'm assuming, can we all assume that all communications were jammed at this point? Right? Because they couldn't get in touch with Santo.
Yeah.
And like Drash was like, hey, I feel like something's wrong. And then bang, all communications went out. Yeah. And even like the piggies couldn't even get through. So I'm assuming that no communication was getting through anywhere, which is a battle technique that often happens. So I'm okay with that for sure. For sure. All right, Dames, anything else you noticed?
I mean, the cutest noticement was Pato. Just because we didn't have that with his other previous, like, I don't know when the last Badoo was. But that was just like, she's like, hi, look at you, Pato. As it, like, anytime I hear that, it, like, especially because we had the drop, like, for last season of Mando.
Yeah,
it's always one of my favorite things. I just like when Grogu talks, even though he's 50, he still, just like kind of goo goo gaga kind of stuff. But yeah, I like that a lot.
I don't know Badoo. I have to bring back Badoo for sure.
Yes,
for sure.
Make Badoo great again.
Gary has a good thought. Wait, seriously, it makes me feel like a Godfather moment when the entire town turns on them. Such a great noticement.
Yes.
Great noticement, Gary. Well done. Mike, any more noticements?
I have a few. Did you notice that?
No, I didn't. I'm sorry.
After Boba fired his one back rocket at
did he get it back? Did he get it back?
He got it back.
Okay.
He got it back with the.
So he stopped at the armory before jumping on the Rancor and just,
jammed one right back there.
All right. Also, shooting that rocket was the dumbest thing ever.
Boba does not know how things work, and he never sees anything coming. He is a terrible leader.
He really is. He's bad. He's so bad. Oh my god. Okay.
Like that. I'm sorry. I need to vent about this.
Venting.
One of my noticeements was Boba never sees anything coming, and
he's so shocked. Like, what?
When Mando and Boba were having the conversation, and all the treaties were broken, and all the crime bosses turned on them, and Mando's just like, yeah, it's a smart thing to do, and he just goes, ugh.
I thought I smelled something. Made a fart joke.
Yeah.
In the middle.
Well, I mean, dozens of people were just recently massacred in the building you're in. So yeah, I'm sure you probably did smell something.
Fair.
Sure.
Fair. I noticed. Well, I didn't notice. I stole from Twitter. Someone noticed that these are concept droids from Attack of the Clones. Droids that were not used, obviously. They felt very droid-de-ca to me. Souped up droid-de-ca with the shield. Even the Jedi knew they could stand no chances against the droid-de-cas. So they had to piece out of there fast, in the worst edit of force jumping you'll ever see in The Phantom Menace. And God, that seems ridiculous. I like the droids. I like the idea of they have a bigger weapon. I also like the idea that the Darksaber was not effective at all, which is good. I also would have enjoyed. He hits it, and you could physically see him losing energy every single time he swung. It got, he's like, it's not working. Just doesn't work. It's empty. I need a new 9-volt battery. So I enjoyed that droid. And speaking of droids, at the end in the epilogue scene, and this is my rewatch noticement, and it's kind of hard to see because this droid sort of blends in, but he is between Boba and Black Croissant, and it's a Lep droid, the rabbit droid. The rabbit droid makes an appearance in the epilogue, and it's a blink and you miss it moment, and I certainly didn't see it because I actually found the little banter between the Skag and Black Chrysanthemum, like, are you going to share that melon? And he's like, meh. And he's like, all right, relax. I found out as they were fading away. I was like, oh, look, everybody's friends. It's very cool. But the Lep droid was in there, and I guess they're all besties now, so I thought that was cool.
Oh, that was a ball.
Indeed. All right, checking our stuff. Dave says it's a hybrid between a Droidicon and the Big Fast Wheelie Boy. Fair enough. That's all the things that I noticed. Does anybody else have any more noticements?
I have a couple random little things.
Fire away.
So one is that Drash kind of looks like a younger Emily Blunt, and I'm here for it.
Agreed.
That's where my mind went.
She gives me Jyn Erso vibes.
Yeah.
Big time Jyn Erso vibes.
Question: how does one duel with a rifle?
It's a blaster gun.
Or like rifle-esque, like versus a hand blaster to like a rifle.
I think they were maybe they were paying tribute to Empire Strikes Back when Han pulls his gun, and Boba, he's got that rifle up fast.
Yeah.
Or something like that, I guess. But then he ended up pulling out a side piece during the battle anyway. Did you hear the sound of that gun? That was awesome.
Yeah.
It was loud. It was sounding like a Magnum. 50 cal.
Also, congrats for Boba for finally using his blaster in the 7th episode of this series.
Yes, indeed.
I'm sorry, God.
Yeah, no, that's it. That's fine.
My final noticement is this is the lowest rated episode on Rotten Tomatoes at 50%.
Wow. Jeez.
Now,
I didn't even know Rotten Tomatoes held kept these stats.
Granted, it only has like 18 critically reviewed, by top.
It's very split down the middle.
Yeah,
it's what I gathered from Twitter and all the various Facebook groups. Like, definitely torn. I mean, I don't know if that's just spilling over from the rest of the season, or if that's just So I mean, I don't know. It's definitely eye-opening.
I definitely think it's spilling from the rest of the season. I've said this before. I'm repeating myself. If the format and the puzzle pieces were rearranged in a way, and we had Cad Bane a little earlier, Cad Bane becomes our big bad, like you said, Mike. Mm-hmm. The Pikes are behind it all, but Cad Bane's the muscle, the enforcer. And he's introduced episode 3, and he sends the bomb in the Garza whip. Bang! Boba goes, I lost control of this. You know, now he's got to call on his muscle. You know, first 2 episodes are obviously Tusken time. Take care of that. The Pikes get introduced. We have the train scene, and then the very next scene, the Pikes strike back. Boom. Garza whip, casino, bang. Cad Bane introduced. I need to call for help. They somehow hook up with... The only reason why the Hutts were there was to get Black Chrysanthemum involved. They could have done that somewhat differently, I would imagine. Then we have the Mando stuff, which could have been episodes 4, 5. Episode 6, Boba strikes back. You know, and in the beginning of episode 7 is kind of, again, it could have actually be the same episode, except we would have an expectation of what's going to happen versus what we thought was going to happen, because we didn't know what was happening during the season. So I kind of see it like, yeah, we're down on this episode because we're down on the series as a whole.
7 episodes is just a weird number too.
It's a weird number.
Yeah, Peacemaker's doing 8. Most of the other shows are 6. Like a lot of the other shows that come out on Disney Plus, Marvel are 6 for the most part.
And both Mandos were 8.
Yeah, I think they got lost in the sauce in the marketing. Nicole agrees with what we've said before, that the possible name of the show could have definitely been the driving point, you know? It could have been, you know, The Mandalorian, Legend of Boba Fett. It could have been that, you know, so we know what we're doing. Okay, we're going to focus on Boba Fett, but there's also going to be things, you know. I just don't think it all tied together in the long run. And that's okay, and that's fine. And I hope, and I know people loved it, and I know people really agreed to it, and that's fine. That's great. I just thought it was very uneven across the board. I mean, come on, when your best episodes don't involve the main character that's in the title of the show, I mean, it tells you everything. It tells you everything you know, but we're not gonna harp on it anymore. So I'm gonna challenge our people right now. I'm gonna challenge our people. We're about to move on to 1 sentence summaries. It is the hardest thing that we do on this show, getting the episode down to a singular sentence, and even a compound sentence with a few commas. Sometimes it's song, sometimes it's chants. But I challenge you, chat, to come up with your best 1 sentence summary of the show as we begin our next segment.
It's now time for that 1 sentence summary.
Horns.
How long did that take you with
So
the
long.
horns?
So long. Unbelievable length. Like a bantha.
Oh, Bantha diddle.
I'm the host of the show, so I'll go first because it's mean. This episode was like prospecting for gold, sifting through uneven ground to find mostly nothing with specks of shine here or there. That's the episode as a whole. I'm not talking about the series, just this episode as a whole. Dames, you're up.
Sorry, my dog's climbing on me. My 1 sentence summary: Pike Syndicate? More like Take a Hike Syndicate. Let's get down to business.
Oh my gosh. I actually like that a lot. I thought that was very good. Thank you. All right, Mike.
All right, I have to top that.
Hold on. Yes, you do.
All right, so mine is a song.
Yes.
It is in the key of Ride With Me by Nelly. If you want to go and take a ride with me on a Rancor and quickly kill Cad B, oh, why did it end this way? Hey, must be the writing.
Oh, must be the writing.
Whoa. Whoa.
Oh, that's it. You saved the best for. Oh my God, that was
Hey,
so
yo,
good.
it's Tayo.
Hey,
Shit.
we're getting claps in the chat for you, Mike. Congratulations. Oh, this is great. This is great.
For those of you who don't know me, when I was 17 years old, I thought I was a rapper, and that's me.
Luna Girl puts in her one sentence summary: family, friends, respect.
I don't have family. I don't have friends. I have family. I don't have either.
Gary checks in: Mando and Grogu reunite, way too many battles, and a bantha and a pear tree. Oh my God. Reunited and it feels so good. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. That was awesome. All right. I believe we actually have vocab. I did not make a thing for this because it's the last episode. I wasn't going to waste my time on it. You know, because I think the Boba Fett vocabulary is going to be very specific to this show. Honestly, I didn't see it remember, they were doing it on purpose. They were literally giving, unless it was last episode and then they gave us nothing. But we do have some vocab music, and this will be vocab we learned during the episode. All right, Mike. You may have had the same thing that I had.
Yes, and it is the second time we have heard this, not metaphor, not fable. What the hell is it? Proverb. There we go.
Proverb.
And the first time we heard it was by Boba himself. And it was in Season 2, Episode 8 of Mando, when he says it to Bo-Katan and Casca, when Casca says to him that he is Mando's sidekick. If that's not the Quacta calling the Stifling slimy.
That is correct. The Quacta calling the Stifling slimy. Yes, that is the same exact vocab that I
We also now have Bantha Diddle and Bantha Fodder.
Indeed. So Bantha Fodder is the poop, and Bantha Diddle is, we're not sure just yet, right?
Yeah, because Pelly said, "Oh, Bantha Diddle."
Yes.
And Boba says, "You really buy into that Bantha Fodder?"
The Bantha Poo Poo. Yeah, I did enjoy the Bantha Fodder, for sure. Yeah, man.
And of course, my enchanting sobriquet.
Oh, damn, I missed. Oh, I was. He got me. He tricked me. That was such an eloquently spoken vocabulary. Damn. Why didn't I pick up on that? Elegant sobriquet.
Enchanting sobriquet.
That is so funny. Oh my gosh. Hey, congratulations. We did pretty good. We just blocked our first chat live. Nice. Got him. Appreciate that.
Comment. What was
I killed him with kindness already. Bang. It was just some kind of nonsense sort of stuff.
Oh,
it was kind of like the outline for episode 7. I just had to block it. You know, it's whatever.
You lose. You stole fizzy lifting drinks.
Good day, sir. Guess what? We have the rare opportunity, even though it was a finale, to give some predictions.
What are we
Harps.
predicting?
Well, listen, we have an end credit scene, right?
Yeah.
So I say, with Vanth alive, does this open up the Britannica of Boba Fett?
Or the Diary of Din.
Or the Catalog of Cobb.
Or the Scroll of Santo.
And I've already said it, the Follies
That
of Fennec.
was great. That was just...
No. The Files of Fennec.
the
magazine of Mod.
Major Domo.
The Groupon of Grogu. I don't know, Groupon.
The pamphlet of Pele. What else do we got?
The Ramblings of the Rancor.
The monologues of Major Domo. All right, we gotta get John and Dave on the phone here. Pitch some of these ideas.
Dear Jon Favreau.
That went better than I thought it was going to.
It's really good.
Okay. All right. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going. You know what I didn't do? I didn't make a graphic for comments from the net. I'm sad.
It's okay.
Not only did I not make a graphic for comments on the net, I also took it out from the stream deck, so I don't even have comments from the net. So we'll just use this sounder for comments from the net. Now, people in the chat here, let the hate flow through you. What comments from the net made you laugh? Okay, so you're going to go to the Twitter. You're going to find the worst comment or the funniest comment that you can find about the book of Boba Fett, and put it in the chat, and please let me know, and we'll try to get you there. So, looks like Mike, you are ready.
I'm always ready. So once again, don't know who twote this, just wrote it down. Love that Luke Skywalker said, "Fuck Tatooine. I'm not going back to there," and sent Grogu via FedEx with R2.
I just read that. I just read that. Oh my god. I was about to pick that one too. Damn you.
So I found one on Twitter, and it has the stars where it's just explaining the action of what the person's doing, and says, turns off the book of Boba Fett, slowly removes glasses, and thoughtfully cleans them with a small cloth. I honestly don't think that was a book. It's some pretentious person trying to just
do not
talk about it.
Do not think such up.
I do not think that was a book. That was that killed me, and I don't know why that just appeared like that. Every time I looked for quotes from the net, that was that kept getting put up to the top because I guess people were liking it like crazy.
Oh no!
And I have another one as well.
Okay.
So Luke in the book of Boba Fett, Jedi cannot have attachments. Also, Luke, the end scene from Return of the Jedi where he's hugging everybody.
It's so true.
I just found one that is super interesting that I'm going to actually bring up live right now. I hope I can bring this up in not a lot of time. We are going to go here. We're going to go here. We're going to hit him. This is Book of Boba Fett spoilers, like brother, like sister. You ready?
That's tiny. Omega!
It's Omega riding the baby Rancor like my father, like my brother before me, or him, or her.
Tick!
Like my brother will most likely do after me.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Very interesting. Oh my gosh. So crazy. Yes, big connection there. Thank you. That's big brain territory right there with the connections for sure. Yeah. So we have probably the best segment coming up next. As we're winding down, let's get into this.
This is great.
So once again, I change my OnlyFans every week just to keep it fresh.
Right.
I thought this one was fitting because of the announcement of the next show. So this week you can find me at OnlyFans / Obi wanna blow me.
What's your starting rates?
Oh, $5 to subscribe. I do release some free content, but it's mostly just feet. With my one broken toe that still hasn't healed.
You got wicked frostbite on your foot.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That's so funny. That's so funny. All right. So listen, we went through this episode. A lot of you stuck with us. I appreciate that. We're hour 25 into it.
Yes.
I'm feeling a little bit of an audible here. We did get a big announcement for Kenobi coming up. May 25th, which is, I think it's the 45th anniversary of Star Wars.
Yeah.
And people were like, why aren't they doing it on May 4th? They were saying that in that voice. And then people were like, calm down, it's May 25th. That's my Owen Wilson.
Wow.
And to be honest with you, I don't really care when it comes out. It's irrelevant. What I need to see is the trailer. Now, if we see the poster, right? He's holding on to a lightsaber. Is it Anakin Skywalker's lightsaber? Then Luke's, then Rey's, then broken, then back to Rey. I think so. If so, that's pretty cool.
I know that.
I do want to do a more proper Obi-Wan Kenobi episode for us. So I don't want to get too deep into it, but you saw the poster. I sent it out to both of you. I'm sure you saw it on your own social feeds. What feelings are you getting from it right now?
Anger.
Damien, I'm sorry. Good. I forgot I have a directory.
Anger because it's not coming out on May the 4th.
Fair.
No, I'm just kidding. I mean, you know, I'm just excited to see him back in the role. Like, I think it's gonna be really cool. And you know, we never got that story from Maz about how she came into the possession of Anakin's lightsaber.
Do we get that? I don't know. Does
could
the
it be
timeline
Anakin's? I
match
mean,
up?
Whose could it be? I mean, I'm not really sure because like the timeline for that doesn't really line up. But
Right.
maybe we do some kind of time jump. Who knows? I mean, he would actually never mind. He would have been gone by then.
Yeah.
I don't know whose lightsaber it is, but you know, I'm just excited to see it, and I think we're gonna get Santo in the series, and I think that's why they established him in Book of Boba Fett.
Agreed.
So I'm excited to see him in there. You know, they could bring back pretty much anybody at this point that we've seen so far. You know, minus like Mando. So it'd be pretty cool. I'm excited for it. I'm disappointed we have to wait till May 25th. I'm not mad about it.
104 days.
That's a lot of days.
But you know, like if you're a Marvel fan, we have Moon Knight, and that's going to carry us for a couple of weeks, and it'll be nice to have a couple of weeks where I don't have to wake up at 5 a.m. to watch a show, so I don't get spoiled immediately when I go on Twitter. So you know, it is what it is. But I'm looking forward to it a lot. And you know, anything with Kenobi, especially Ewan McGregor, like I just thought he was so good in the role. Maybe we even get like flashbacks of him and Qui-Gon. Like that would be really cool.
Yeah.
So I got a lot of hope for the show.
Okay.
I think it's going to be pretty good.
Good. Mike, what do you think?
I also think it's going to be pretty damn good. This time for Obi-Wan is like the 13 to 33 years of Jesus. Nobody knows what Obi-Wan was doing.
I love it. I love it.
And
it's like you're in the Bible and you're like, wait,
13 to 33. That does not work out.
Whoa.
Right. And I'm kind of going into it the same way I went into Mando season 1, where like I really don't know what to expect, but I am excited for everything that is going to happen.
Yeah.
This would be the perfect opportunity to bring in I forget the guy's name who played Han in
Alden
and Glover too.
Yeah.
Because I know Lando's getting his own series, I believe, right? It's like officially officially getting his own series.
They paid someone to make a graphic. That's pretty much where we're at in terms of the series so far.
For sure.
But I'm looking forward to a couple of
nice
Anakin new Darth and Obi-Wan showdowns kind of a thing.
Yeah.
I think it's going to mark my words, not hot take, just take. It's going to rival the first season of Mando and how excited we were about it.
Ooh. Okay.
All right.
I'm
All
all
right.
for that.
Especially because everyone loves McGregor.
Yeah.
Everyone does. And I temper my excitement because we're still 100 plus days out, so I kind of forget about it. This format of podcast will probably go away for a little bit, while we're sort of resting in our caves. But we'll certainly be back to bring you each episode live because this format is just so wonderful, boys, I'm going to call one. Oh, good. Dames, go ahead.
Do you guys think we get a Super Bowl trailer or teaser?
So that would be 102 days out.
Yeah.
I didn't
When
see
does
that,
when does Jurassic World come out?
June 10th.
June 10th? All right,
Yeah.
hold on.
I didn't see the prop bet on FanDuel for an Obi-Wan trailer.
All right, hold on. It is conceivable that this could happen because Jurassic World is out in 120 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I want to say yes.
So I'm hopeful. Even if
Is it on ABC? Wait, is it on ABC?
No, NBC.
NBC.
Would they pay another network to show their show? Because they love their Monday night footballs. They love that kind of stuff where it's on their own network.
But
Maybe a teaser. Maybe it's not a trailer, but a teaser.
Yeah, I mean, for what they probably spend for the spot, think of how many more subscribers they might get on Disney Plus.
Yeah, like if it's just like a black screen and then a light in Tatooine, and he drops it. Hello there. Poof. Kenobi, May 25th. Oh my God, done. It's gonna be great. You don't have to say anything else.
You could put Ewan McGregor in a tie dad from back during Super Bowl 52 when they were just every commercial was a fake commercial.
Yeah.
You could have him like in the tunic and just be like, "This was a tie dad." Oh yeah, by the way, watch Kenobi May 25th on Disney Plus. I'm hoping.
Looking forward to it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We'll see. But listen, we did it. We got through it. We're hour 32 right now. I'm gonna call just a third audible after the outro stuff. I would like to do what I would like to call the green room chat, the after show, where we can interact with chat a little bit for just like 5 minutes, just to thank our people and to make sure we know what we're doing. Okay, so we'll see how that works. I'm Sean, that's Mike, that's Damien. You can catch Damien over at Casa de Dupree, where he covers a variety of pop culture. He's really excited for the Jurassic World trailer that dropped today. I believe you put out every species in the trailer video, and that bird-looking dino, looking fab. I'm pretty pumped for that.
It's gonna be a good one. It just looks nuts. So
literally anything is better than Fallen Kingdom at this time.
I think 90% of the fan base would agree with you on that one for sure.
For sure. Mike, you can catch him on the streets of South Philly singing songs and serenading various ladies whilst also eating a cheesesteak.
Literally just one lady.
Right, whatever. Who cares?
And running a successful OnlyFans page.
That's right. Running, of course, his successful OnlyFans page. And I am, of course, Sean of Extra Star Wars. Since what is your show? Book of Boba Fett is done. I finally have time to dive into the backlog of comics. So coming soon, we're going to be going through the comics. We're going to be doing a lot of YouTube stuff on that. I'm currently reading where is it? Where are you? We're currently reading the third book in the High Republic series called Fallen Star by Claudia Gray. It is the trilogy, my hair. It is the third book in the series, and things are not looking good for the people right there. There's a lot of wonderful continuity in the stories, and I'm going to talk with some of our Red Fivers about the books. So we're hoping to possibly bring even a live show on that, but the content will change. We'll be talking about the High Republic. It's been great. Thank you to the chat for hanging out. It was awesome to bring this to you. We look forward to bringing more of it to you. And this outro took me 95 and a half minutes to make. It's only about 20 seconds. So we're going to see you on the other side for our green carpet thing chat where we just chatted up with the people. It was great seeing everybody. See you next time.
Thank you, guys.
Extra Star Wars out.
That was awesome.
Thank you. All of the music that I use is provided by backingtrack.gg of the Epos Vox channel, YouTube channel, and my buddy Will, who has produced this content-friendly music where all you have to kind of do is grab it and use it and shout it out, and he's making it out of the kindness of his heart. He would love donations, but he's not doing it for that. And it's rock, mostly rock and metal, but he's now getting into synth rock and anything that's lo-fi or like electronica or just sort of background music. The thing you heard in the intro and the thing you heard in the outro is all backingtrack.gg. Check him out. It's awesome. I mean, especially for just like, it's a 5-minute song, but you could find a piece of it to use for your intro or for something and whatever. And then, of course, all of the graphics were custom made by me using Adobe After Effects, which I learned by myself, and YouTube, and just back and forth and realizing certain things and how to draw paths and stuff like that. And I'm blessed to have a license for that through school. So I can't complain about it. A lot of the graphics that we create, the extra Star Wars, all the thumbnail graphics made by Adobe Express, which used to be called Adobe Spark. Adobe Express it's phenomenal. I highly recommend it. Some people use Canva, would be like comparable to it. So if you use Canva. So hey, let's shout out. We got Luna Girl in the chat. Nicole, thank you for hanging out with us. Backyard TARDIS, I appreciate you coming on in a little bit late. Aaron Lamberts, who got blocked. You can go French yourself. We don't care about you. Gary Gary Copestake is an old friend. We go back all the way to grade school. He's a dad. I'm a dad. We chat Bluey. They did a podcast called Crap That Kids Watch.
I've heard of that. Yeah.
Right? So that's Gary and his wife. And they have dissected, and you think we dissect Boba Fett? They forced themselves to watch Caillou.
Ooh.
And they kicked ass, and they broke the top 100 at one point.
Wow.
And they got a sponsorship through this mom store, and like they were really not raking in cash, but just raking in, I'm like, I'm happy if we get 20. They're like, oh, it was a little low this week. It was only like 175. I'm like, Gary, what the fuck are you talking about? That's awesome, man. Getting all those listens.
Dude.
It's awesome. Awesome. So good job, Gary. Dave Kanya, he is he's my former student, and he is a moderator for most of my streams, and I was happy to have him step on in. It's been a while. Obviously, I don't live stream too much, so he came on in, so that was great.
Very cool. It's a really good insight, too.
Yes, and then, of course,
everybody did, actually.
Scarif Scuttlebutt, that is Ro. He is the de facto leader of the Red 5 network, and he's really, him, Brad, and Chantel are really the top honchos there. And, we've got a lot of great contributors, and I just want to thank everybody for really coming out. So thank you so much. Boys, what'd you think of the show?
I mean, overall, if they don't do a second season and you just had to hold it up to like just this one, It's not gonna it's gonna pale in comparison to Mandalorian for me at least. Like it's just there were some moments I really liked, there were some moments I absolutely couldn't stand, but I mean, I'm hoping that now that we have all this backstory, all this other stuff, all the political stuff out of it, maybe we get a second season where it's just Boba being Boba. Like he had that moment of self-doubt. Like, I don't know if we could do this, but who else could? And maybe Cobb takes over with his like probably new cable arm that he's going to get from the Mod Squad. And we do something like that. I mean, yes.
Grappling hook.
Yeah, like how bad does your shoulder have to be for the mod guy to be there to be like, yeah,
I'm just so mad.
Or is
I'm
he just
so
like being
mad.
Frankenstein? Like I don't understand.
What the like? Are you kidding me?
And then you get Boba. My shoulder hurts. They're either shooting or loving.
To be the right time.
Oh, that's so good. I didn't even think about that. Like, ooh, I have a little bit of a bruise here.
Your boy's in a bacta tank.
You never should have gave up your armor.
I mean, to be fair, Boba was through a lot more crap than Cobb. Got one shot to the shoulder, and
Cobb doesn't have armor.
That's true too. But I mean, Boba's armor doesn't even cover his arms, and it's literally called armor.
Sorry, I caught on. I was like, wait, he made a pun. Yeah, no, it's a series that so let's. Is it a rewatch? Is it rewatchable? Now that we know it, I'm going to force myself to sort of binge it back to back to back to back to back. And will that be a different experience if I can keep going throughout the day and kind of see it? Like it could be, but I don't think it's going to be. You know, it's just one of those things where Tusken time took forever, could have shortened it. Then all of a sudden we're out of time. Now everything's jammed in together, and it's like I'm frustrated because I know the peanut butter is at the bottom of the jar, but I just don't have the tools to get to the good part.
Good analogy.
What is up with me and foods?
Are you hungry?
I'm always hungry, I say in my Bruce Banner voice. But yeah, no, it was a you know, it's I would say that it's less than okay, the show with fringy fun, fringy cool stuff. I love the crossover stuff. This is a great point.
I agree with that.
Oh yeah, 100% with that one.
Yeah. It's almost we need a recap for the beginning of Mando 3, right? You know, we're gonna need like off of the light cruiser into training. Woo, 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 woo. Into oh my gosh, guys, I messed up.
What?
I forgot just one clip. So if you stuck around, okay. Actually, how about we do this? We're tired.
Let's go back in time. Ready?
We're
Rewind.
actually. I'm going to end the show on this. How's that sound? All right, we're gonna end the show on this. It's all working out because I was like, oh damn, I'm past my outro scene. I don't know how I'm gonna end the show. The Force works in mysterious ways, as Pele told us through her teeth. Okay, gentlemen, thank you. Imagine if an army of Tuskens came with the people of Freetown to tie it all together. That's what we were saying in the beginning.
Would have made sense, yeah.
It would have made so much more sense, you know, to have whatever. All right. Friends out there, thank you so much for watching. We will leave you with this because it actually ends the episode and gets us into Mandalorian Season 3, which again is a gripe of mine because it's called The Book of Boba Fett, yet it ended like this. Mike, Damien, see you next time, boys.
No. No. All right. But this is is the last time